Hello, this is a video about your automations and what you can do with them. You have many options with automations. Basically, just to get a basic idea of what an automation is, automations will allow you to set a specific set of actions to be done upon a specific trigger point, if you will. And then when you set your automation live, each time that that trigger point comes to life, the automation will work on its own and proceed with the actions that you've preset regarding that. So let's go ahead here. In order to create an automation, you just go to the button up here saying create new automation. You have many pre-made templates which you can use if you like. Or you can of course create your own custom one, or even if you use a pre-made template, you can actually edit it however you like, so you're not obliged to use all steps. You can edit the steps or delete the ones that you don't need, etc, etc, etc. Just to point out how this could be done, I'll just show you 3 examples regarding that. For my first example, I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the pre-made templates. I will just use the welcome email sequence. The welcome email sequence is mostly used regarding having some automated emails to be sent to someone that, let's say, subscribes to your lists. So let's go ahead and click that. As you can see, once it loads, it will actually show me a complete flow that I have right here in order to demonstrate how you can edit or remove the fields or the steps that you do not wish to have in your automation. Here is how you do it. Let's say that I want this flow, but I only want to when someone subscribes to any of my lists, I want to wait for a specific time and then send the campaign, so I don't really need the rest. In order to delete them, it's super easy. You just go to the minus button on the right saying remove. You click on it once and twice in order to confirm. You do the same with the rest, as you can see, and all of them will go away and you're good to go. So that's how you remove a step. Of course, you can undo it if you want. And also here is another important info regarding your automations. Any steps that are not addressed yet, meaning something remains to be done on them in order for your automation to be able to go live instead of incomplete that you can see up here, will be marked as light pink, as you can see right here, instead of the full white background that the completed steps already have. So let's go ahead to the first pink step, wait for a specific time interval. What is missing here is the time to wait. You can choose for a specific time frame to wait between minutes, hours, days, and months. And also you can wait for a specific date if you like, and also a specific day or when to continue basically regarding that day. So I'm gonna go ahead with this example for now. Time to wait, let's say that I want my automation to wait for 1 minute, like so, and then I click on save. As you can see now, my background is fully white, so that means that this step is currently done. You can even edit your trigger. In order to do that, you can just click on it. You can see the options that are pre-selected. So this will trigger your automation when someone subscribes to any list and only on the first subscription of that email address. So let's say that my email, nicolas@moosend.com, subscribes to your lists. If you have the yes option selected, if I subscribe to more than one list, I will just trigger your automation on my first trigger. While if you wanted your automation to be triggered on any subscription that I do to any of your lists, you should simply click on this option right here and select no trigger for every subscription. Or if you even want to change your trigger, you can click on the trigger list button right here and then select any trigger that you want from these ones right here. or if you want to more efficiently move around your triggers, you can select the category from the drop down up here and then select the appropriate option. For example, the list, the subscription to list trigger is in the list engagement section. So I'll just go here, and here is our trigger. When someone subscribes to any list, then you have unsubscribe from any list, then you have subscribes to a specific list. If you want your automation, your welcome automation to be working only for a specific list, and of course the appropriate unsubscribe trigger, so unsubscribe from a specific list. I'll just go ahead and use the any list for now, and I'll just leave it to yes as it was to begin with. So now the only remaining step for me to address, so my automation can be set to active, is to select the campaign that I wish to send. So just click on that. I can set my subject, let's say, hey you. Then I can select my sender right here. I'll just select this one, and then I have the option to select the emails per day cap. That means how many emails will be sent from this specific step to the specific subscriber that triggers my automation. Meaning, if again me, Nicolas at Moosend.com, subscribes to your list, how many emails should this step send to me over the extent of one day? It is safe to use one email per day, so you do not accidentally spam your audience. And then you get to either create your campaign or your own, just create it here. Or if you want, you can go to content from campaign, and then you can either use the campaign designer or fetch a pre-created campaign content that you want. I'll just go inside the designer just to make it there. So that will redirect me off my automation. It will take me to the designer, and I'm just gonna go ahead to use a template. Or if you do not want to do that, you can of course create your own design however you like. So I'll just use this one. This one works, I guess. Then you click on update campaign and continue, like so. And this will redirect me back to my automation, and on this stage just wait for the pop-up to show up again, this one right here, so you can save your changes to your automation as well. As you can see now, all my steps are with a white background, and also I can just set my automation to active, and I'm even gonna demonstrate my automation. So this is my email address. I'll just go to my mailing lists and subscribe myself to my list. I'm just going to members right here, and let's say that Nicolas at Moosend.com subscribes to my list. So once I do that, when I go back to my automation, you will see that after a few seconds, approximately it takes around 30 seconds for the automation to go from one step to the next. That is a fail-safe waiting time period that we've preset for you, and you cannot change that. And the reason behind that is that we basically just give the system just a minimum amount of time to proceed per each step, so you avoid creating issues for the system and making delays for your automation. So now, once I will go here and update my screen, you will see that I will have a trigger in my automation. Let's wait for it for a bit. Okay, so let me refresh my automations page to see. So as you can see, my automation now saw one trigger. So that means that it proceeded and saw the addition of that person to my list. So it triggered the first step of your automation. The automation proceeded to the next one, and it's now on this step where it will hold for 1 minute till it proceeds to the last step, which is the send email step. So once that's done as well, I will basically receive the email to my inbox automatically without the user needing to do the send email on their own each and every time. So that's how the first option regarding the automation works. Let's go ahead and create another. So I'm gonna go here, and for this one I'm going to create a more, let's say, mostly used automation, which is, let's say, the abandon cart. In order to use the abandon cart automation, this is basically a tracking based automation. So in order to use it, you first need to have tracking set up on your site. As mentioned on the dashboard video, in order to add tracking to your site, you have two options. You can either use any of our plugins if it's applicable to your site, or if we do not have a plugin for your site or the app that you use for your site, let's say WordPress, you can always use our custom tracking code in order to add tracking to your site. So I'm gonna go ahead and build that. Before I do so, I'll just show you how you can be sure that you have set up tracking for your site. So you go to settings, you go to your website section right here, and then you should see your site as verified right here. Also, regarding my previously created automation, which is this one, my welcome email that we just created a few moments ago. As you can see now, I have an action made, and I actually got automatically the email that I've set to be sent to me. And also, if I just click on the blank space right here, I will be able to see the report of my campaign. Or if I go inside my automation, I will be able to see the full report by hovering over the sent email step and clicking on the view report bubble, which will take me to the campaign report. Or as a third option, I can always go to the report section, filter by type, and select automation. And here is my automation campaign, and here are the reports and the link performance, etc., etc., etc. So back to the tracking based automation for the abandoned cart. My site is now tracked, so I'll just go to build my automation. Here is how you can do so. First, you click on the pink background trigger. So you want it to trigger on every time someone that adds something to their cart, and you select your website from here, like so. Then you set your preferred waiting step. I'll just go ahead and set 3 minutes for now. And then you have an if statement that is pre-created for you from the template, which actually can be read like so. So it says, apply this filter to any mailing list, and what this checks is if someone has not, that's why you see false here, if someone has not purchased a product in the last, and you set the wait time that you want your if statement to check, it's always highly suggested to set the exact time frame here and here, so your automation can check in between the time frame that you've set it to wait for. So if I had 45 minutes here, I would set in the last 45 minutes here. So if someone has not purchased the product that they added to their cart in the last 30 minutes, in the last 3 minutes, I should send them an email campaign. So I click on this section right here. I'll just set my subject, let's say you forgot something on your cart. I then select my sender, and then I'll just go again in the campaign designer in order to choose my content for my campaign. Before I do so though, I will go and choose the emails per day cap. So since this one is an abandoned cart email, you can even choose the unlimited, so you want it to send out many emails to the person, or if you want to choose any other of the choices up here, you can just choose the one that you like. Depends on how well you know your customers. So let's go inside the campaign designer. Again, I'm not gonna create anything from scratch. I'm just gonna use a template library, and I'm gonna scroll down till I find something about cart abandonment. Here it is. I'll just use this template, let's say. So this one is a pre-created template that we have for you. And what you need to do is that you need to hover over the red boxed container. This is a special container, and it's actually an abandoned cart container. So you just click on the settings and you go and select your site so you can enable the campaign to see your site and the customer's product. So basically, you will allow it to see what happened, and in in extension, the campaign will be able to be sent since it will have data inside. So that's what you need to do here. You don't actually need to change anything else. If you do want to change something, of course, you are able to do so. I just will not do it at the moment for my example. So I'll just save that. Again, it will direct me back to my automation, and from there I will see the pop-up that is shown right here, in which I will click on save, and then again I will be able to set my automation live. So now I will just test this automation as well for my example. So this section right here is the abandoned cart. It's now active, no triggers yet. Let's go to my site. I have a test site, so it may take a small while to load up since it's free hosted. Um, just to spend the time for tracking, we can track someone over four specific categories. One is when someone creates an account on your site. Two is when someone logs into their account on your site. Three is when someone purchases a product and leaves their email address, and four is via our lead generation forms, which we will see on another video. Only our forms, only our lead generation forms, which you can actually find in your Moosend account right here, will provide tracking. So just for me to be tracked, let's go ahead and use that. Nicholas plus test, and today we have 21st of May. So I'm just gonna use that to subscribe myself to my list. And then when I add something to my cart, let's say again the Flying Ninja poster, uh, it's now added to my cart. So I'm just gonna close that. I don't really need it anymore. And you will see that in a few moments, the abandoned cart automation will see the trigger via the tracking that I've set for my site, and will proceed with the actions that I have selected for it to see. So let me refresh my page to see the trigger. And here it is. So tracking gave the information to my abandoned cart automation, which then proceeded and is now on the wait 3 minute step, and will proceed to the next as the previous one.